Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. I've not taken you to China yet on this channel. Therefore, we are going to correct that glaring omission. And I'm going to present to you my hot and sour soup. This is better than takeout, and it has things such as wood ear mushrooms, silky tofu, and those wonderful egg ribbons. If you're ready, let's roll up those sleeves, let's get some prep done, and let's get cooking. The first part is to prep. The prep takes the longest amount of time because the cooking process is super quick. Let's get started with our mushrooms. I was able to find this beautiful specimen of a king oyster mushroom at my local Asian market. Now, it's important that when you get your mushrooms, in the description, I'll be giving you a list of mushrooms like wood ear mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, the king oyster mushroom. But if you're unable to find those, go ahead and get the mushrooms that you can find or the mushrooms that are on sale. But the one that I really would like for you to try to find is the dried wood ear mushroom, and just remember to rehydrate them. I also had some shiitakes in my cabinet which were dried, and I've rehydrated those for this particular dish. When you cut your mushrooms, cut them how you want them. If you want them really fine, then make them fine. I'm doing mine in strips so that they're going to be very similar to my bamboo shoots, because the bamboo shoots, when you buy them, you can buy them, and you can buy them already cut into strips. So I'm just going to mimic that in my king oyster mushroom. So then you end up with lovely pieces of oyster mushroom. Also, when you deal with your tofu, when you get your tofu, make sure you get firm or extra firm. And the reason you want firm or extra firm is because if you don't get firm or extra firm, when you put it into your soup, it's basically just going to disintegrate into nothing. So you definitely want to do firm or extra firm tofu. And I picked up some brown mushrooms, and I'm just going to go ahead and slice that. And like I've said before, you want to create a slice so that way that you have a nice stable surface to cut on when you turn it over. So again, you're going to give it a slice, roll it over, and then slice. I'm only going to do a few of these because my king oyster mushroom was so large. I always like to put at least 3 different types of mushroom into my hot and sour soup. Go ahead and get our green onion cut up, and then we're just going to set it aside with the rest of our prep ingredients. Make sure you get your water and your cornstarch and mix it, but before you put it into your soup, we're going to be mixing it again. We are also going to get our eggs ready because we're going to be doing those egg ribbons that are the quintessential part of hot and sour soup. So we're going to just break our eggs into our bowl, and then we're going to give them a little bit of a whisk. And now those are ready for our soup. Now let's go ahead and get our tofu cut up. Remember, again, how you cut your items is 100% up to you. As we get started with our cooking, we want to go ahead and start heating up our heavy bottom pot, or you could use a deep wok. We're going to put in our oil. I'm using avocado oil, but you can use a neutral oil of your choice. We're going to allow that to heat up, and then we're going to put in our dried chilies. And I'm going to cook those for 1 minute so that they infuse the oil with that heat. Drop your dried chilies in. After your minute, we want to go ahead and take those out. Now add in our chicken broth, our chicken stock. Just be careful because it may splatter. So just stand back. While that's, excuse me, while that's heating up some of the spice, we're gonna go ahead and add in our white pepper, followed by our sugar. Our light soy sauce, our dark soy sauce. If you're using MSG, you would go ahead and put in your MSG if you're utilizing it. And our sesame oil. At this point, we want to heat that up, and then we want to give it a taste for flavor because we want to balance the seasoning. And if we need to add salt, we will add salt to this mixture. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. It's very good. Granted, we do not have our sour yet because we haven't added our vinegar. But right now, let's go ahead and add in our mushrooms, our bamboo shoots, and our tofu. Now we're gonna bring this to a boil. We're gonna cover it actually, and then bring it to a boil. Remember what I said to re-stir your slurry because it has a tendency to settle. Then we're gonna pour it in and stir. And we want to get this to the thickness that we desire before we go on to our next step. Because remember, the heat is what's going to activate that slurry. Now that that slurry is activated, we want to reduce our heat to low. And we want to give everything a stir. And we are going to slowly add in our egg. And it will form beautiful ribbons. As you slowly add in the egg, you'll see that it forms beautiful egg ribbons, which is that quintessential look for your hot and sour soup. And take your time. There's no rush for this step. It's important that you stir and pour all at the same time. Now that that's in, the last step is to add in our sour. So we're going to add in our vinegar and give everything a stir. At this point, you will taste for seasoning balance, and if you need to add some salt or some vinegar, then you will be adding those things in. This is absolutely perfect. Now a twist, my flatmate wants chicken because this soup is done. However, my flatmate wants chicken, so we bought a rotisserie chicken. I shredded it, so right at the end, all we want to do is add that. If you want it chicken, give it a stir because the hot soup will heat that chicken up within about 1 to 2 minutes. We're gonna serve this into bowls and we're gonna top it with green onion. So we can always add a little bit of green onion in our pot, and then we'll add some additional green onion onto each of our serving dishes. Give that a stir, get it throughout. Doesn't that just look absolutely delicious? Turn off your heat and you're ready. And just like that, you've created a delicious and tangy hot and sour soup, packed with bold flavors and a perfect balance of spice and tanginess. I hope you've enjoyed making this classic dish with me, the Tilted Crown Gourmet. I can't wait to see how many of you make it your own. Remember, your kitchen is your passport to the world, allowing you to explore diverse cultures and cuisines right from home as you experiment with new flavors and techniques. And as always, Bon appetit.